This is a Snappy Sunday with Darling Nikki, and this week we are talking about the workplace. Before I get started in talking about the workplace and answering some of those questions, I first want to just say one quick thing. I really love that some of you have been viewing our videos and have felt moved in some way to give us feedback. I think that's awesome. Even if the feedback is negative, or especially if it's positive, we love to hear from you. So if you ever feel moved enough by one of our videos to respond, we really appreciate that. And I especially appreciate those of you who have commented or made response videos to my videos and have let me know how you feel about things I say. I really appreciate your feedback. And it's great that some of you really care enough to let me know how you're feeling and what you're thinking, and I really appreciate that. So with that said, let's get started talking about the workplace. I have some questions this week. Let's see. First one. Is your partner or boyfriend out at his workplace? Yes, he is. If yes, how did his coworkers, bosses, etc. take the news? For the most part, I mean, on the whole, the people that Gabe works with, they were very accepting and very open to this. His bosses especially did a really great job and are doing a really great job. Most of his coworkers are too. There are a few that still mix up pronouns, a few who are still actually kind of rude. But for the most part, they're pretty great where he works, and he's been really lucky in that regard. Do your coworkers or bosses know that your partner, boyfriend is trans? Why or why not? No, my coworkers don't know, because honestly, I don't really see why they need to know. It doesn't really come up, and so I don't feel the need to really tell them that. It just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't come up. If your coworkers or bosses do know, how did they take the news? They don't know, so anyways. Is your partner or boyfriend protected by any sort of non-discrimination policy at his workplace? Yeah. When Gabe came out, immediately the people that he works for decided that they would amend their non-discrimination policy to include both sexual orientation and gender identity, which it did not previously. So that was a really awesome thing, and Gabe was able to have a say and speak to them, about wording and about what exactly it should say. So that was great. How important do you feel it is for trans men to disclose at work? Well, gosh, that's such a weird question, because I think it really depends. If you have been at your workplace for a really long time and you're about to begin the transition process, then it's tough, because it's like, well, do you want to, how public do you want to be at first with that, and are you going to be dressing as your gender at work? Because if so, then you probably want to disclose. If not, then you could probably wait to disclose. It's just such a touchy thing, and it also depends where you work. Some places will be more accepting of things like that than others, so it really depends on the situation. And plus, I mean, on the other hand, if you are somebody who's just starting a new job and you are in transition or are done with your transition, so to speak, then that's totally different too. We have a friend who is applying to go back to school to finish his undergrad, and he had taken some time off and was applying to go back, and when he was filling it out, there was this part where it asked, if you are male, what is your, I forget what it's called, but it's like your draft number, basically. I guess they issue, the United States Army issues you like a draft number when guys turn 18, and obviously this guy didn't have one because his birth certificate said female, so he was never issued one. So that was sort of a problem when he was applying to go back to college, but luckily he was able to come out to the the admissions office, and then did not have to disclose to his professors or classmates. So sometimes things like that come up. I would say the most important thing is you might, when you get a new job, you might think about at least disclosing to your HR person, just in case something should come up down the line. You might do that. I don't think it's necessary, but I think it's something to consider. And luckily, the HR people where Gabe works, I think it's one person, or maybe two, but they've been awesome, and they've been really great with Gabe and his transition. Is your partner or boyfriend, if your partner or boyfriend has insurance through his workplace, does it cover any part of his transition? No, it doesn't. He does have the opportunity now, though, to change his gender with his insurance company, so it will say he's male. However, then that means his insurance won't cover OBGYN type visits or exams, he would have to pay for those kinds of things out of pocket, which really isn't that big of a deal because then his insurance will cover other things. I know that some insurance companies cover testosterone, some even cover top surgery. I'm pretty sure Bethany was saying that she's going to try and get her boyfriend on her insurance because hers is awesome and covers top surgery and everything. So that's great. I'll be interested to hear what she says about that in her video because that is awesome. I really thought that ours, I don't know, mine should be better than it is, but anyways, I'm going to keep this video short this week. That's basically all I have to say about the workplace other than the whole restroom situation. Restrooms, but I think in the coming weeks we may have a week where we talk about restrooms, so I'm not going to get too much into that right now. Speaking of the coming weeks, I am so excited to report that we have topics set up for the next probably 6 to 8 weeks, which is awesome. Thank you for those of you who have sent me ideas for topics. That's awesome. If any other people have topic ideas, please send them to me. I'm so excited also that a lot of the topics coming up are going to be more focused on us and less focused on our partners. Of course, all of our topics are going to have to do with them, but I'm really looking forward to bringing it back on us for a little while and talking more about our experiences. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to seeing all the rest of the transcribers' videos this week on the workplace. And I will see you all next week for another edition of Snappy Sundays with Darling Nikki.